Yes, welcome back. Say Less Footy podcast time. It's the weekend breakdown. We are back, and we're back on a Tuesday. Another great weekend of footy. I'm your host, Brent, and I've got the boys over here. Got to fill in. Trav in for young Preston.
Big Trav. Got the call up.
Yeah, I got the call up. Into
Mate.
first grade potty now.
Yep.
Big
Moved us
time.
out the ranks. Yeah, the boys.
Debut performance. Let's hope he doesn't crack under pressure.
Mate, I was born for this moment. This is what I was put here to do, and I'll do Preston justice. I'll
Yeah, fucking oath.
give it a crack.
Last
Oh,
goal.
yeah. All right. Plenty to get through. Just trying to throw it out there. I think we should go through the tips from last week, and then there's so much news to break down. I think we start with the tips from last week. Good bit of shining lights action, and then we'll get into. There's so much news, so many injuries, there's so much stuff to talk about. But we'll get onto that. Let's go through our tips from last week, and Brendo's had a couple of good weeks. Look, I haven't even got around to adding him up, but I know that he is leading the competition. I will try my best to put out a little post on our Instagram. If you haven't already followed us, get on our Instagram. We need to get the numbers up there. But first game, we can... me and Brendo, we took Manly, and Preston, the young man, took the Dolphins, and the Dolphins got the victory over Manly.
Mate, good
Just-
on him. That's
I should have stuck with the Dolphins. I said it last week. Dolphins. Then I hesitated,
Always
and I was
go
like,
with-
actually, I'll go Manly. I shot myself in the foot.
Yeah, I cringed when you changed it. Actually, I was back yourself.
Yeah, trust your
back
gut.
yourself. Oh, well,
I
good
thought
on
they could do it.
Presto.
I thought they could do it. DCE choked.
Oh, no, I don't think DCE choked. I think DCE's been solid. I just think, he can't tackle everyone on the field. Like this is the second time they've gone out to a lead and they've folded up like a wet blanket.
Yeah, there's no emphasis on being a two half footy side for Manly at the moment. They got a half of footy in them and not a lot of try line defense at all.
Yeah, they are falling under pressure at the minute. I really thought they could get it done though. I thought, yeah. Shot myself in the foot.
Is it fatigue? Is it there's too much? I feel like Seabold's a bit of an X's and O's man, and is he trying to overcomplicate things? Is it? Or is the forward rotation not working in the second half? I can't put my finger on what Manly are doing wrong and why they keep folding up. Maybe it's just fitness.
I was going to touch on the point. I think they are doing too much. I think they're trying to do too many things. They got to bring it back a little bit. Defense is obviously not their best friend at the minute. Their attacking lines are good. They've got the caliber of players to make that happen. But I just think they're trying to do too much.
I agree. They look dangerous, real dangerous every time they've got the ball. But they've got that mind frame of we're going to beat you because we're going to score more points than you. Yeah. Similar to like the Cowboys. They're just backing themselves in to score points, and defense is sort of out the window at the minute, I feel.
Yeah, I obviously the loss of Tommy. We'll get onto that in our news, but yeah, that's obviously a big thing, and
the soft tissue crisis of 2024.
Soft tissue crisis. Anyway,
well done to Preston on getting that one.
Yeah. On to the next game. Panthers over the Bulldogs. Sorry, I just had a bit of a mind blank there. Panthers over the Bulldogs, yes. Bulldogs looked good. Panthers won by 6. Obviously, no Cleary. But Dylan Edwards, Mr. Consistent, just he's just carrying that team on their back. I can't see them. They're still premiership favourites in the market, but obviously with Nathan back. But I don't know. You beat the Bulldogs by 6 points. It's
we were saying this last week. I think I touched on it a little bit. This was always going to be a close game for me. This was always going to be a close game. The ex-Penrith Panthers players that are in the Bulldogs side at the minute had a point to prove down that left edge. I think they did that terrifically. Matty Burton, obviously, he got a meat pie on the day. Was really showing the boys up. Nathan Cleary, what are our thoughts on him? Did he look hot? Did he look ready? Obviously not, because he's out injured. But for the time that he was on, do you think he held back a bit?
They brought him back too early.
Yeah,
I completely agree.
He's been struggling with injuries all season. Obviously, he only just came back. Yeah.
I think his voice out there definitely helped, just guiding him around the park. But
his presence,
in terms of how he did not look he wasn't threatening. He wasn't, delving right into the line like he usually. It was He didn't look physically good, but his presence there definitely steered him around the park.
He still has the best kicking game in the game,
Yeah,
like
hands
hands
down.
down.
Hands
like
down.
just
But-
he, especially at home, he can just put it on it.
Oh, he knows every blade of grass, every single one.
I love that.
I love that too.
Yeah,
That's
it's blade of
great.
grass. He does. He trains on it. He plays on it.
You see that kick that he put in, and it just sat.
Yeah.
It's like when you hit a flop shot, you go, just sit.
I think the Bulldogs lost that and penalties conceded 9-3.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is where you lose games. And I think the Panthers
Too many easy outs, huh?
Yep.
Just walked out of trouble.
100%.
Yeah, I think some better teams are going to topple the Panthers, especially without Nathan.
I agree. I think Bulldogs are going to capitalize on that. I think for the next couple of weeks they're going to really find in their stride, I reckon.
Serraldo's got those boys absolutely digging in. Like
Yeah.
whatever he's telling them, they are fully believing in that.
I think Hughes had a huge game. Like just his kick pressure, like the way he's just a young forward, and I'm just all about young forwards at the moment. But yeah, Jerome Luai needs to stand up and take control of that team because they're going to need him.
Yeah. Mixed emotions on that, man. Mixed emotions. I don't think he's the guy for it, personally.
I agree entirely. I think people are going to get a shock when he goes next year. I don't think he's the bloke to steer a side around the park. But I could eat my words. We'll see.
I think we've just flushed another $1.25 million for 4 years down the drain.
Yeah. Oh, that's right.
100%.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah. Anyway,
we all got the tip on that. We all got
let's move on. The Broncos versus Eels. I took the Eels. I was just trying to hit one out of the park on that. Eels do love to upset the Broncos, but the Broncos got the job done. I wouldn't say it was convincing. Like a couple of late tries made the score look pretty good. Blaze Salungi, absolutely fantastic, and has said that he doesn't want to re-sign with the Eels next year. So
Love that.
that is hot property on the market.
He definitely announced himself this week. That was, he looks electric for sure.
Jermaine Hopgood, Bailey Simonson, all three played fucking unreal in my opinion.
Hopgood's a smoky for Origin. I mean, you've got Carrigan at lock, so like obviously maybe as a 14, like Hopgood's he's up there in the top offloaders for the whole comp. He's just workmanlike, gets tackles done.
Even Dylan Brown had a great game.
Yeah. Oh, that steal was electric. That was great. That was a highlight.
Yeah, unlucky they got the loss there, but
It definitely wasn't a 16 point. Like 16 points doesn't do that game justice.
No, it's more of I reckon it's more of a 6.
Yeah.
even Payne Haas, holy crap.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, that guy's not human, huh?
Nah.
Yeah, walk-up stuff in New South Wales. Anyway, on to the next game. Preston backed the Tigers with me. Brendo took the Knights. Look, a decimated, a pretty decimated, what do you call it? The Tigers team, and it's going to get even worse. Obviously, no Aiden Caesar. Yeah, like
as a Tigers fan right now, how you feeling?
Like we continually lose someone. Like we lost Toa in the centres. Every single week we're losing an outside back, and we don't have someone to go out there. We had Fainu, and finally Benji swapped him to the side because, Brent Naden was getting absolutely towed up by Bradman Best. Fainu went over there, shorted up, but like we're being very unlucky. Like we're not getting as much heat as last year because we probably will get the spoon again this year, but we you can see that there's improvements. That like I hope that we don't get the spoon, and I hope that the Titans or the South can just stay in position.
Yeah, I think we'll do you a job there. To be honest, not looking great.
But
I don't think you just get the spoon. In my head, it's either South, Cowboys, or Titans.
Yeah. I just need like Lockie Galvin burst on the scene, and I feel like he's holding back since he got suspended. Like it's not the Lockie Galvin that we saw burst onto the scene. Jaden Sullivan played a little bit better in attack, but and his defense was a little bit better. But like just Bradman Best just pushing him out of the way. Like you needed someone strong in there, like a Bateman, like to protect him. And then Bateman obviously went off injured. That's a huge loss. Like there's just I could talk about Tigers all day. Bradman Best was great. Jacko Hastings was great. Brayley was absolutely fantastic. Yeah. He was really, really good for the Knights.
The bit of eyes up footy from Gagai there as well. The kick in behind, the kick to the corner is just sort of that was not a drawn up play at all. It looked Gagai's still.
He's still got it.
He's
still got the stuff.
He's still got it.
Well, I think that I would pick him in Queensland before I pick Val Holmes.
Well,
Just for that,
based off this
sort of
weekend,
play.
100%.
No, based off the past month of football, Gagai has been huge the past month, and he always does this before Origin.
He's an Origin player.
Yeah, he just.
Is for sure.
And he's a goal kicker. He's been hitting them better than Val Holmes. He's hitting lines better. He's got a kicking game. Like
He'd probably put the ball down over the line better than Val Holmes.
Don't fucking start.
Wow. Right,
We'll get to that.
We'll get to that one. Let's move on to the Storm versus Sharks. 1 versus 2. This was big.
That was a
It was
great
a cracking game of footy.
Yep.
Just wow. They obviously, obviously Pappy not being there and Hughes not being there. Like, it was a depleted Melbourne, but I mean, Nico Hines wasn't there, who's been steering that team around all year, and they still got it done. Atkinson, absolutely fantastic.
Mate, he played out of his boots.
Former Melbourne Storm player. It was actually really funny because obviously during the week, Bellamy re-signed, and they put up a little video on Instagram or TikTok. And in the background of the celebration, it was like a celebration of them. I think it was a few years ago when they won the premiership, and Atkinson was in the background. It was actually pretty funny.
I saw the little wink he did when Harry got put himself in some mischief. He gave him a little bit of mayo on it.
Put himself in mischief.
No, I was...
Atkinson's foot was coming down on him. It's like Atkinson was the one that made the contact.
Oh, yeah, but he loved it. It was... He loved to give it.
Oh, good banter.
Yeah, great banter, unless you're a Melbourne Storm supporter. Not good banter.
Let's be honest, though. If Munster and Jerome Hughes were back in there and back in that side...
Happy.
Yep. And Nico, I think Sharks still would have won it, personally.
Yeah. If the game, I mean, Pappy might have done a few magical, brilliant Ryan Pappenhausen-like things, but the Sharks were too consistent with their pressure, and the kicking game from Atkinson was just
on point.
I loved it.
I think I'm actually obviously I've been I haven't been sold on the Sharks all year. And I keep getting reminded by my mate, who's a Shark supporter, that I'm always tipping against the Sharks. But I think I underrated their forward pack. There's a lot of sort of mid-range sort of forwards there that are just stepping up and just getting the job done. Especially who's their front row? Kafusi?
Yeah. It's not an all-star, what you would consider an all-star front row, but they're ripping and tearing, and they're so consistent, and for the most part quite healthy.
I mean, both teams are going into this game winning 5 in a row.
Yeah, it was.
So it was always going to be a close one.
Talakai did a job, didn't he?
Yeah, 100%. Sharks are looking very good this year, very dangerous.
That's a scary man.
The same Sharkies mate that you're talking about. I'm trying to convince him to bet me his jersey this weekend. I'm coming up into Magic Round.
Mate, you and your jersey bets, mate.
I bet jerseys and I have a bonfire at the end of the day, and that's the fluid, the lighter fluid.
You're a bad man. Real bad man.
A real bad man.
Sorry, I was just dinging over here, but look.
Ding dong.
No, just I would never bet one of my jerseys. It's sacrilegious.
That's all right. We'll bet your hair.
Oh, mate, you on about this. Anyway, what was the next game? The next game was the Roosters over the Warriors. We all went... Wait, sorry, I skipped a game. It was the Dragons over the Rabbitohs, and we all went the Dragons.
I was happy with the skip. Good. Straight on to Sunday.
Travis a Bunnies fan for everyone.
I couldn't see the Dragons losing this, and I think it was their back five did really well. I don't know, across the park, Dragons were just solid. The Bunnies were in it for a bit, and then just sort of it was just they don't have the troops. They don't have the troops.
After 15 minutes, there was hands on hips across our whole team essentially was buggered after 15 minutes, and they're just not. There's no match fitness there. They're two down on troops. Everyone that you would want to be there to turn the season around is. I mean, Captain Consistent's not there. Cam Murray. We've got no strike power on the edge. It's not.
Yeah, I mean Murray's out. Obviously, a lot of issues with Latrell Mitchell. You've got a coach down. As a team, your morale will be fucking hella down. As a fan as well, holy crap, tough one. But they don't look like they're playing for each other out there.
No.
I don't think they can because I don't think half of them know each other. There's got dispensation to get players into their top 30. They were going to bring James Talmo out of retirement to come and play.
Yes, I seen that the other week. The other day.
They are absolutely on struggle street.
Can you imagine that Stonehead coming back in?
Mate, Talmo's he's got a good footy IQ for a front rower.
He does, but he looks like Stonehenge.
Stonehenge?
Stonehenge? Hedge?
Stonehenge? No, I don't think it's
Whitehood?
Stonehenge. No, I think you're thinking of Easter Island statues.
That's the one.
Stonehenge. Stonehenge is like just rock.
That's in Scotland. My bad. That's my bad.
Mate, Stonehenge is in England.
No, that's Scotland.
I've been there. It's south of London. It's like
Is
probably
this
like
the
an
hill-
hour
Is this the hill
south.
you want to die on?
Mate, Stonehenge is an hour south of
He
London.
looks like no analogy. He looks like the fella from the big stone head from Nightmare at the Museum. Is that it? Is that the movie? Dum dum want gum gum.
Wow, great content. No, I don't know. You watch a lot of kid shit.
Yeah.
What do you mean, bro?
Kung Fu Panda.
I've got two
fucking-
kids.
yeah,
I haven't seen Nightmare at the Museum.
Mate, I feel like you
maybe
got.
it's Night at the Museum.
Yeah,
It's with
yeah.
Ben Stiller. It's cracker.
Yeah,
Good
well,
movie.
yeah.
Ben
but
Stiller.
Oh.
Wow.
do you watch Blue's Clues on repeat at home as well?
Nah, just Dora.
Dora. I reckon it's a weird version of Dora that you watch.
Yeah, it's not.
It's
It's not Dora the Explorer. It's Dora the Explorer. Yes.
Dead set. Right. Speaking of exploring, on to the next game. We all took the Roosters over the Warriors. What's doing? The Wars up. Wars up is just Wars down at the moment. But
Yeah.
the Roosters are playing how they should be playing for the last 3 years with that team on paper.
Yep.
They're finally understanding who they are and what they are. Like, I don't know what happened before. Maybe a few players come in and they just had to get the connections right. Maybe they've realised that that Victor should get out of first receiver and just run straight like he did on the weekend, and he wasn't trying to ball play.
Yeah,
he was
mate,
just running hard, tackling hard.
Robbo's
Maybe-
obviously listening in to you, mate.
Robbo's
he's hearing
listening,
you.
mate. No, I think Robbo might have listened to Willie Mason because that's where I got it from.
Oh, there you go.
I reckon. Because
Shout out to Willie Mason. Gave me a follow a few days ago. Big Will.
Oi, Big Willie.
Big
give me a
Willie.
follow, Willie.
Mate.
Get on board. But yeah, Roosters.
Insane. Just insane.
Mate.
Premiership favourites?
Yeah,
Oh.
I've already put a $200 bet on with my mum that the Roosters will win the chip this year.
Oh, the old mum's a bookie?
Yeah.
Oh, the old girl, 100%.
Mum's a bookie.
Sister's holding the money.
what else did she give you? Or just
Olive oil. We love to cook.
what?
Some weird shit.
She'll get that. She'll get that.
Yeah.
No, 100%. The Roosters are looking so good, so incredibly good. The last time we were looking this good within the first 15, 20, 30 minutes, we won a premiership. And then after that year, all of our first half went well. Went terribly well. Terribly bad, sorry.
Yeah.
Whenever we're on first half,
Terribly.
terribly. Whenever we start well in the first half, that's signs for us that we're having a great season.
So if you look at last season, Bunnies, sorry to bring it up again, started really around 11 on top. You can't start the year you can't peak too early. And like the year before when the Bunnies made the grand final, when Wayne Bennett was there, he's like, don't worry about us. We're gonna finish strong. And the Panthers,
just chugging along,
the
yeah.
Panthers lost last year. They lost their first game to the Broncos. Like they just weren't as dominant at the start. Finished strong as like it's a 27
You think the
rounds.
Roosters are peaking early?
No, I don't think so. If they keep playing like that,
They've had a few hiccups already, so this might just be evening out ironing out the shit stuff.
I think, my opinion is they've found each other. They've found themselves. They're playing for each other. They're playing for the club. Like it means a lot more to them than just a paycheck. They want the chip. They look hungry. They fucking are playing so incredibly well, and they're meshing so well together.
Bit of added motivation with Kiri going at the end of the year as well.
JWH as well.
Yeah, that's their last. I mean, the motivation is definitely there.
100%.
I don't know what's in the water at Bondi at the moment, but I thought after 20 minutes that was going to be a cricket score. Like that, I was too scared to. I was too scared to go to the toilet. I was, what's going to bloody happen if I? I dead set thought it was going to blow out to another 60-pointer. Without that was going, that was ridiculous.
That first 20 for us was just insane. The Warriors just couldn't do anything.
That's the best quarter of an NRL game I've seen in a long time from the side.
We'll take that. That's why I put the money on.
Life is good under sombrero. Anyway, on to the next game. Titans over the Cowboys, and I tipped the Titans. You boys took the Cowboys. Desi is creating something there, and he's creating a team based on defense. Like you've got they've over the years, over the past like 4 or 5 years, they've bought stars like your Fafita, they've AJ Brimson, they've brought in Kieran Foran, they've spent money and they've cultivated some young, but the defense has not been there. They're a defensive minded team now and they have attack, and they're absolutely decimated now with injuries. They had a couple and now they're just like, obviously Tanner Boyd and Campbell were out, and now they're just like, it's just getting worse for them. I hope that they're creating that next man up mentality, because like they'll score points, but you know they nearly lost it. Oh geez, that last 10 minutes.
I don't think there was a person on their bench sitting down for that. They were damn near getting on the field watching. Everyone that was an anxiety.
They didn't have anyone left on the bench.
No.
Also
the wounded
yeah,
troops were
wounded
sort of hobbling over to the sideline, freaking out. It was great. But I'm glad they deserved to win that game. If they lost in the last minute, that would have been heartbreak city.
Val Holmes.
Talk about it. Tell me.
Let's discuss this idiot for a minute. Like, what is going on? Yeah, 100%.
He's
100%.
catching strays.
Mate,
All right.
The Cowboys in general got 44 missed tackles on the day. Like they had it in them to win it, but Val Holmes choke, big choke before Origin time. And you were saying before that you reckon Gagai gets a pick over him, because at the minute Gagai in a couple of the predicted teams, Gagai and Holmes aren't even in their teams.
I don't think, if you're doing it anywhere near on current form, I think Val Holmes is not in contention. It's just not.
So I love Val Holmes, but my lord, he dropped the ball on the weekend. Literally.
I know. Like I've been saying, I said a few weeks ago, and it went viral on TikTok a little bit, that I said Val Holmes is a bit overrated. It's because of the way he's playing this year. Like I don't think he should be in the Origin team. Obviously, I was joking around saying Tessie New, but Tessie New scored more tries than him in the past month.
That's a wild stat.
It's true. It's absolutely true. When they went on that absolute pumping over Parramatta, Tessie New got, I think, 1 or 2 there. Anyway,
I'm
not going to pile on Val Holmes anymore. He's probably a good bloke, but yeah, I just don't think he should be in the Origin team.
Fair play. But you picked the Titans.
I did.
You dirty dog.
I could see it coming. There was like for 3-4 weeks straight, they were almost there. AJ Brimson should be in the Queensland team. AJ is the Prince of Palmy is on.
Yeah, that's awesome. I love his bicep flex try celebration every time. But he is unstoppable close to the line. I'm about to say that kid, but that dude has some serious strength, man. He's unbelievable.
I think Robbo's in Fafita's ear as well. Obviously, he's just signed with the Roosters recently. He's like, I need you to be, picking up these stats, because he played out of his skin on the weekend. I thought his inside ball to Jojo. He could have been selfish and done that try himself. Let's be honest. And the next try was all David.
I don't think Robbo has anything to do with it. I think that now he's signed and he knows where his future is, and he's going to be down living in Sydney with his misso. He's like, my future's sorted. 3.3, baby. He's like, I'm relaxed. I could just play footy now. I don't have to worry about it. There's no pressure.
Yeah.
Fafita is going to have an absolute breakout season. Like we've all been waiting since his first season in the Broncos. We're like every year, like, oh, Fafita. Now he's relaxed. He's like, oh, my future's sorted, mate. Bro's just gonna have an absolute ball, and they need him to, because there's no one left at the time. They might have to play him as 6. There's no one there. Even Weaver's injured from the Rezzies.
I wouldn't be surprised if he could do it.
Oh,
mate, he'd be the biggest 6 of all bloody time. But can you imagine?
It would be.
That would look so
I vote
wrong.
to put him in there. I reckon he could. Like he's got hands. Big body 6s. That's my jam. I froth on big body 6s.
Yeah, he bricks up over that.
I do. Jack Whiten, Cam Munster. Oh,
I don't know if they're in the same.
Yeah, they're not category.
OG big body
They're
6.
mid-body
Yeah.
6s.
Wally Lewis.
Yeah,
the
okay,
OG big body
Wally Lewis,
6.
that's a big body 6.
That's
That's some serious glazing, man. That's
wow. Anyway, that's a great little breakdown from our tips, and I still haven't added them up, but Brendo is putting me to the sword at the moment. Had a couple of bad weeks, but you know what? Even rookies can back the winner of the Melbourne Cup. So tips. If you're tipping well, maybe you just don't know footy.
Just cop the loss, mate.
Yeah.
Just cop the loss.
It's a long season, 27 rounds. Let's move on to our shining lights, though. Let's just get into it. Let's get into our shining lights. Who wants to take it away? Let's get the rookie. He's 3-2-1. He's subbed in for young Preston,
Yes.
who said he's on his way. But
Is he?
you're gonna, mate, put your points in there.
Mate, I'm a 40-minute man. I'm a whole game player. So I started 3. I think I went Crichton for 3, didn't I? Yes.
Absolutely, you did.
Yeah, he's announced himself as the best in the comp right now. I reckon if he doesn't get it, he's a sure thing for Blues. I would say if it's based on form at all. Yeah, he looks great. I think the Roosters are they re-signing him? Is there any word on what's happening there?
There's chats. We'll get onto that in the news, I
well,
reckon.
he played amazingly. I think that's a clear 3 for me. Number 2, Daniel Atkinson, man, he carried that to put the team on his back there and did a nice job in the absence of Nico Hines, I thought. And the winning field goal, nice touch against his old team. And the bad man best with 1 point.
Bad man staying.
Yeah, he's a staple. He's good.
Hey, he offloaded the ball this weekend. Well done.
What do you mean? He ran through them like a train.
Yeah, and he offloaded, and he got a.
Oh, that's right. You think he doesn't pass?
No, he doesn't pass. I've seen him pass. I'm like, oh, that's that. Yeah, well done.
Ball hog bestie, you reckon?
100%.
He's just a bad man.
He's a bad man.
Right, Brendo.
First 100% Angus Crichton as well. Yeah, playing out of his skin at the minute. 2 for me was Sam Walker. Holy crap. That crossfield kick to Tupou.
Oh, yeah.
That was sexy. 1 for me is also bad man best because he offloaded on the weekend. Well done, bad man best.
He was an absolute beast.
He was a beast.
Fair play. He was playing against the Tigers, though. But no, he was absolutely awesome. And I think if he plays like that for the next 2 weeks, if he gets left out of Origin,
surely he's going to be
got rocks in his head.
Surely he's going to be.
100%. No Tommy.
Yeah.
Just put him in there.
100%.
Right, my 3-2-1. I think Mr. Consistent, Dylan Edwards. He's carrying that Panthers team. I reckon the Panthers aren't in the top 8 without Dylan Edwards this year. 3 points of Dylan Edwards. Just the man's just class. I'm still Team Teddy for the Origin spot. Give the man a wing. Give him a wing. He needs it. Dylan Edwards should have a blue jersey. My 2, Sammy Walker as well. He's just playing backyard footy. He's always needed to have his hands on the ball. He's maturing. First receiver. He's that off the cuff player that he sees some stuff. He's got footy IQ, and he's not afraid to chance his hand. I think he's like a hybrid version of with more skills than Reece Walsh. Just maybe more footy IQ. Maybe Reece has a little bit more panache.
Panache.
He's definitely got a bit of panache, that man.
Yeah,
Nice.
and my 1 is also the bad man. Bad man best.
Mate,
1. The way he just threw Naden and Sullivan off. I mean, the way they're defending at the moment, I probably could. But he absolutely just ran through. He ran riot. His little pop pass after for that, what was it, like a 90-meter try? Well, almost a 90-meter try, and then the next set.
pretty much.
He did so much. So
Yeah, that's
He did. Everyone was on form.
very.
Except for the Tigers.
Except for the Tigers.
Yeah.
Look, it is what it is. It's a work in progress. It's a work in progress. In Benji, we trust. Anyway, hope you're still sticking around because we're going to get into the news. There is so much news, but while we're just on the Sam Walker thing, I just this is my little rant this week. It's not really a rant. It's just an appreciation for young Sam Walker, and I feel like there's also a stat involved here. It's the Sam Walker facial hair.
Oh.
The Roosters have not lost while he's had that facial hair. Do not shave it off, Sammy. It is like the old Bible tale of Samson with the strength in his long hair. Sammy, keep that beard.
There's neck too.
There was talk about of Matt Lodge going to Turkey to get the rug on. Maybe Sammy Walker. Maybe a few players need to go over and get some facial hair implants because
Oh my God.
obviously honestly, don't shave. Players have superstition. Sam Walker, if he shaves, the Roosters will not win the premiership this year. He's going to keep it, and I think the Roosters can win.
And the fluff is tough.
The fluff is tough.
The
I like
fluff
that.
is tough.
Yeah, no, I like that. Yeah, look, he's playing well. He's playing very well. Is the beard a contributor? Maybe. Is he more confident with that beard on? 100%. He's looking really, really good. But the beard has nothing to do with it.
Yeah,
but
mate.
everyone, this is like the NBA equivalent a few years ago. James Harden had his beard out and he was playing incredible. Yeah, they were on an absolute strike rate. And it was fear the beard, and this is the NRL equivalent of fear the beard, fear the Sammy Walker
The
beard.
increased testosterone. It's just he's just a manly man now.
He's a manly man. I reckon he just looks himself in the mirror. He's just like, yeah.
I don't know.
I reckon he does.
Is that what you do?
He's pretty stoked with it, I think.
Is that what you do?
No.
It's obviously not going to happen this year, but I think it could be next year. Sam Walker is the 7 for Queensland. And you know what?
Didn't I call that like a couple episodes ago?
Actually, here's a
think
segue.
he did.
Segue into the next bit. If DCE gets injured, Sam Walker's straight in there.
I said that. I
No,
said that as well. That's why I had him on my bench.
I don't want to put it out there, but like I want DCE to play because he's our captain and he's an absolute legend and he's going to win the Dally M this year.
Oh.
That's the call. He's 10 points behind Edwards. It can still happen. Anyway, I think Sam Walker is like I said, segue, soft tissue injuries. We play 27 rounds plus Origin, it's 30 games, and if there's any internationals at the end, then you can get up to like a World Cup year. You're gonna have like 40 games or something.
Yeah.
Like there's what do we got? 17 teams. Yep. Like why are we playing 27? So you play everyone once, and then you play all the other teams 10 more teams like twice. I don't know. My math's off there, but I think. Is it what is contributing to all of the injuries? Is it the training methods? Is it the boots? Is it the long season? Is it the changing rules? There's so many factors what it could be. I think it's the long season because you've got 2.5 months of preseason.
The preseason training is pretty grueling at the moment. The fitness standards in the last 5 years have skyrocketed. But I mean, it could be a little from column A, a little from column B. Like, it's not all. It's too hard to say any one thing. Oh, it's this. This is the reason that soft tissue injuries are going crazy right now. But it definitely could be a little bit of everything, I feel.
No, yeah, I do agree. 100% agree. I think the game is so fast at the minute and so tough. Sorry. So fast and tough at the minute. I think it's hard for their bodies. It's got to be hard in your body. Like every week, a lot of teams have the 4-day turnaround, and you're back into it. Then again, and you're injured. Like you're still fatigued. So it just comes down to what they can do off the pitch. And obviously, the 4-day turnarounds, you're still training 3 days a week. Yeah, and then you're having a captain's run on the 4th day. On the 3rd day, as well as training. Like it's got to be tough.
But I think what you said there around just. Obviously the game's faster, and I think that has come down to like your 6 agains, like sort of the way the rules have changed is the ball's being kept in play a lot longer.
Yeah.
I like the cause of going to a bit more of a bigger bench and we do it like they do it in football, in English football or European football, where you might have 8 people on the bench, and then like you can use like 4 or 5 subs. Like you don't have to use all of them.
Yeah.
But
I was thinking the same thing a couple of weeks ago. The exact same thing, like bigger bench, 100%.
And I think we're at the point now where we need more than a top 30. You got HIAs, soft tissue injuries. I think it's the length of the season. Like I'm fatigued, and I'm not even playing.
The Titans this week. That's a perfect example of that. Just drop. Now we have no bench left. Like the players now are starting to go down with how many players you seen go down with cramp this year? Like that game with the Broncos and the Tigers in Campbelltown.
Yeah.
That was Cramp City.
Yeah,
that was Pickle Juice Nation.
There was South and Broncos when was it Latrell and Reece were laying down together cramping,
having a smooch. Yeah.
They stretch each other out by the end of that.
That got weird.
Yeah, I'm not even playing, and I think 27 rounds. I'm fatigued. I think they should do like when we have Origin, I do like. I think Origin on the Wednesday is great, but I think maybe we do it like international games where we have an international break. So your players are going to get picked. It's while you got Origin on, then you can have like some internationals. Like you can have like Samoa versus New Zealand, England, PNG, Tonga. Like start bringing in some other nations, and Cook Islands. How good were they at end of last season? Like just that's how you expand the game. So it's like you have an international break. Play Origin on the international break.
Like All-Star Week.
Yeah.
All-Star Week. Yeah, I like that.
I like it too.
Obviously, you're incorporating the women's Origin has 3, which is fantastic now. But it's starting off at the start of Magic Round this week. Like you just incorporate it all. Like international week is great, and then then maybe like the week after, it's like usually when you play, or the week before Origin, your players are all out. It gives you a chance to get the young ones come through. Like I just think there's so many better things that we could doing instead of just playing 27 rounds plus 3 Origins just for TV rights.
Yeah, I think with the amount of injuries, I do think it's something that the NRL might look at a little bit more in depth. I think that's a pretty obvious solution, actually. It sounds that way. I'm sure there's a lot of moving parts that make it harder than just.
Yeah, it's definitely a great idea. That does add to a lengthier season, though.
I mean, we're 27 rounds. Sorry, I didn't even talk about the finals.
Yeah.
Then you got another 4 weeks of finals on top of the 27 rounds. Holy.
Yeah.
No wonder. So missing this weekend, 88 players, 88 first grade players are missing from this weekend, and it's Magic Round. It's like it's one of the jewels in the crown. Like,
I mean,
that shit. How many Travojevic jerseys and Reynolds jerseys and Cleary jerseys are going to be you're going to see at the thing, and none of them are there.
Yeah, 100%.
That's a bummer.
Speaking of that, remember, was it the start of this season where a few of the players were making a call to bring back the names on the backs of jerseys?
I've seen some. There's some home jobs getting around.
The team should have I don't want to see bloody whatever you're advertising on your shoulder thing. Obviously,
oat milk.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah. I don't know. I was. That's what I was thinking. I was like, what sits in the back there?
Yeah.
But. Like, just put a player's name on there like that. That's when I was a kid. I
think they saved that for Origin, to be honest. They do it for Origin.
No, but they used to do it. Now all it is, they like, oh no, we need the space for the corporate sponsorships. Like, we're down. Like,
yeah,
we don't get enough money as it is.
There's plenty. All of these clubs have leagues clubs with pokies pumping in. They've got corporate sponsors on their arms, their legs, their socks, their shoes. They're through their social media, like their backdrops. They're just. The bloody hoarding, the digital advertising.
Mate, sales would go through the roof. Yeah, I honestly think. But the sponsors wouldn't be happy. That's who they're trying to keep happy. But,
boo hoo.
Yeah, Crimea River.
Boo hoo.
Crimea River full of millions of dollars. Yeah.
100%.
Right. Yeah. Injuries. Sammy Walker. What else we got on the news, boys? Obviously, Fafita came through after the podcast last week. So Fafita. To the Roosters. I said it. I said he wouldn't fit into that Penrith system. I think he's a great fit, and I think the domino effect of him is Angus Crichton will go to Panthers.
Yeah.
Although if he doesn't go to Panthers, sounds weird because they're not exactly lacking in the back row, but I feel like he could turn up at Parramatta.
Well, Crichton's come out during the week and said, look, no one's actually come and talked to me yet. I haven't had chats with anybody. They've signed for Fafita, which he found out just the other day. He was a little bit shook. But at the same time, he's playing such form at the minute. Roosters have the cap space to re-sign Crichton.
Yeah, but is that where they need to be focusing their cap space though, really? They're losing.
I mean, if they're in chip form, at the minute, and Crichton's doing a lot of that work,
he is.
Why wouldn't you re-sign him?
Both him and Fafita are left side back rowers.
That's
so. What do you do?
Crichton you can play anywhere.
Do you move him to the right? Do you think he's going to have the impact? Then who do you do? What do you do? Do you sell Satili Tupanua, the Butcher brothers? Like I know there's money there, but like who like
Tupanua will go to the Bulldogs.
I'd get rid of Tupanua, to be honest. I'd keep Butcher.
Egan or Nat?
I keep Egan.
Oh, I don't know.
I keep Nat.
I know.
I'm seeing form.
I think Nat Butcher's better in form, but I think Egan Butcher has more upside. He's younger, and I think he's going to become a premier forward. if Egan Butcher comes on the market, I'd love him at the Tigers.
I know St George tried to meet with David Fafita to talk, and his agent said no. So it was only ever between Penrith and
Robbo.
and the Chooks. But that means that the Dragons are hunting. I mean, the Dragons might go down to Wollongong. Could you see Crichton going to the Dragons?
I can see him in a Dragons jersey.
I actually can, yeah.
I think,
but I think with Lomax leaving, like who you kind of left with.
Yeah, well,
like
yeah,
you got Crichton in the forwards who could absolutely dominate. He could dominate in any team, absolutely any team. You got their biggest gun that wants out of there. You know Ben Hunt wanted out of there a few years ago. I think Dragons have something internally going on. And why would you go into that if Crichton's already been out for mental health issues in the past? I think why would you take that risk and go into a team that's going to cause you more damage than good? In my opinion, that's why he left South a couple of years ago.
My opinion is he left South because it was a sinking ship.
Sinking ship, but internally they've got some issues going on. So
I mean,
he's come to a club that will back him, and every player around he's going to back you.
But we like you always see these journos talk about they quote the old Jack Gibson saying that winning starts in the front office, but football's a business. Like if you work for a business and you don't like what's going on in the management, it's not just about your coach. You're like whatever's happened in the management. You're like, I don't want to be here. Like bugger this. Like I think what you see happening behind the scenes, or like the way the places are being marketed, you got to think the players are going to fan days, how things are organised, like when who they're hiring is their conditioning and their whole football department. There's so many things that we don't see behind the scenes that it's just maybe you just didn't fit into that sort of system. I think Penrith are head and shoulders above sort of like what they do around sort of like player welfare and player recovery and just player development. Like
I think Crichton, if Penrith did make a move, I think he'd thrive at Penrith.
I agree.
He's just a hard worker, and that's what they need. They want a dog, and he's just that.
Dog.
He's that guy.
Do we think he's going to go to Union? He'd get money.
Nah.
If you're going to give $6 million to Joseph Swai, I can't even say it. There's always one player every single week. I can't say his bloody name, but hey.
Swally.
Yeah, that guy. But Angus Crichton in a Wallabies jersey. I mean, fuck Union. But if old J-mate can get $6 million, what's Crichton worth?
Yeah, 100%. But you come to Union, you're not automatically in for that Wallabies jersey.
That's it.
There's a lot of behind the scenes stuff where it's very, very political. And if he's on form at the minute, I don't see him going to Union, switching codes when you're fucking on that good. Yeah, maybe for the money, but bro wants a chip. Bro wants multiple chips.
And if he doesn't get one at the Roosters, I think he goes to Penrith. That would be a crazy lifestyle change, though, huh? From Bondi to Penrith.
I think he'd still be living in Bondi. He just copped that 2 hour fucking car trip on the way there.
Yeah, that's brutal.
Yeah. I think he'll just get an Uber or something.
Get an Uber.
Nah,
he'd be good for it.
Mate, I think we're all in green. It's Crichton to Panthers. I'd be surprised if he went anywhere else. But I don't know. For some reason, something in my head is saying he's Parramatta. I feel like he'd suit Parramatta. I can already visualize him in that blue and gold.
I mean, you're pretty good on these things, but I'm gonna have to disagree with that.
Speaking of transfers, I mean, this is just something. I mean, maybe you haven't had your eyes on it, but Adam Dewey's been offered a bottom dollar contract for next year for the Tigers for Shane Richardson, $150K. He's been pretty much injured for the best part of 2.5 years. Obviously, $150K. That is bottom dollar.
You can't even buy a fantasy player for that much.
Yeah,
that's the lowest you can get. I think that Adam Dewey will go to the Bulldogs. You've heard it here now. Adam Dewey to the Bulldogs in 2025.
Oh, he Brent the Oracle.
Mate,
the Oracle.
I feel it in my veins.
Wow.
No, I think the money ball that the Bulldogs are playing at the moment, and how throughout our coaches, what Phil Gould wants in a football team, and just like he has good utility value. He can play 6. He could play in the centres. He could probably play lock. I think if the Tigers are offering 150, the Bulldogs have put 100K on that. It's just come on down.
Fair play. All right, we'll see how that Oracle announcement turns.
Any more news we're missing this week? So much has happened. It's just
I think they were the main talking points.
Yeah, I think it was. Give me un momento.
Yeah, the cycle's
Uno
on.
momento, per favor.
Like the news cycle just keeps on going. But yeah, just also one thing I want to touch on is the Women's Origin Thursday night. The Women's Origin is finally a 3-game series, which it should be.
I agree. Yeah.
Two games. It was so silly last year because I think Queensland won on aggregate, but they lost the second game, and then they had to get up there after losing a game and celebrate. Absolutely ridiculous. 3 games is absolutely perfect, and I want to get to the. I really want them to get to the point where they're playing on the same day as the men's and women's are the same day. I think the same 3 schedule. It would give them a little bit of obviously they play Tasha Gale and they play the Harvey Norman as well before they get into NRLW. But it would also give you a little bit of time to look at them in NRLW, and they're packed. Both teams are looking absolutely stacked. By the way, I'm absolutely excited for this. Obviously, Dalian medalist Tamika Upton, walk-up start.
Yep.
Fullback. Just that New South Wales centre pairing of Isabel Kelly and Jess Surgis. That's huge. Yeah. And
I think there's going to be a really good turnout. I've from what I've seen online that there's quite a good buzz around that first game, and I think it'll be a definite improvement on last year. Was it last year with some of the handling errors because it was a night game and they weren't used to playing at night?
No, I think it was a bit wet. The second game was a bit wet.
Yeah, it was. But no, I think they all look dialed and ready to go, the girls.
I'm excited to see this game. I think it's going to be awesome. Got a little cousin recently signed with Newcastle Knights. Shout out to Lani.
Wow.
Yeah, little hooker position. She's going to be killing it down there soon. So I'm really excited to see this. I'm excited to get around the Women's Origin. I think it's a go. I think it's going to be a good weekend.
So just quickly speaking on those sort of handling errors, I think the way that the game has sort of evolved with them. I heard last year Millie Elliott, now because married to Adam Elliott, she was talking about making the balls just that little 5% smaller for the women's game, and I think you're going to see a whole lot more skill set with them. I don't understand how they haven't sort of jumped on that, because I think it's an absolute win for the game. And it just makes sense. And why not listen to the players?
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, and Elliot she is an absolute gun. She is. I think she's probably the best forward in the game. It's going to be a massive matchup against Jess Ellison and Shannon Matto. Millie Elliott's just, she is. She's my player to watch in the Origin.
No, she's gun.
We know why you like her, mate.
Mate, she's just a gun. Mate, my favourite way. But if you want to take it that way, which I don't want to talk it that way, but my favourite player is Flashberry, Tegan Berry, absolute gun, and yeah, absolute easy on the eyes. But mate, we keep it professional here. It's all about the footy. Great teams. Anyway, let's just wrap that up there, boys. We've been yabbing for quite some time here, and if you haven't already and you're still here, press that subscribe button. Comment down below. Tell us who you think's going to win the Origin, men's, women's. Just crappie, the boys. Give us something. If you made it this far, you're an absolute legend. Stick around. We will have our next podcast coming out tomorrow. Say less. Peace out. You.